Hello again. So this video is going to be on XSS, which is cross-site scripting. I always get it confused with CSS, which is cascading style sheets. But yeah, no, so it's going to be XSS, which is a vulnerability method in order to find exploits in a system. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to show you what it is, an example, what it would look like if it was successful, why it is a vulnerability, how to fix it, stuff like that. But yeah, so I thought I might as well just show you. Cross-site scripting is done for like user input. So like if you've got to type in like your phone number, username, password, stuff like that, it can be used in the user input. It's basically a way how to inject malicious code into a website, so then it executes the malicious code thinking that it was just like a username when it really wasn't. It was a piece of code that does something it's not supposed to do for the website. So like a typical example of this would be like JavaScript, because JavaScript is quite well known and it's supported in pretty much every browser out there. So you can do some JavaScript code and then you can test if it is vulnerable to XSS. But yeah, you can do some JavaScript code and then you can see if it's the website's vulnerable to XSS, and then if it is, you can then exploit it for the user's cookies in the browser. Alright, so probably a few questions to go over here that some viewers are probably thinking of. So a cookie is basically, it's a unique identifier. It's something that identifies a certain user on the website. So like if I went to Amazon and you went to Amazon, it wouldn't be the exact same. Like you would have your basket full of stuff and your purchase history. That is because of the cookie. So if I steal your cookie, for example, I can see everything you've purchased. I can, browse in your account, and that's what we're going to be exploiting. There's a few tools out there on Unix systems that allow you to do this like through the tools instead, but I haven't configured burp for a proxy to sit between the browser and my Unix system, so instead I'm just going to do the manual method of typing in the code into the user input, which works just as well. So I'm going to be breaking this down step by step, so it's very concise and hopefully you can follow through with what I'm talking about. But first, what we need to do before we start exploiting a website is we need to create a website. This is the main reason, because I can't exploit websites that I don't have permission to, because that is actually illegal hacking. So I won't be doing that because I don't want to go to prison. So yeah, let's create my own website.
And it goes a little something like, you are summer and after I'll keep you are summer and after I'll keep you are summer and after I'll keep you are summer and after
Yeah, so I just came across a problem. So I finished all the website. You've just seen me do a time lapse of it. I can't execute JavaScript in the browser for my own website, and I'm not entirely sure why. I didn't really think that far ahead. I didn't think that was going to be an issue. So instead, I'm going to need to like do some research on it and see what I can amend to my website code in order to make it execute JavaScript. Yeah, so I fixed the issue that I was having about it not executing JavaScript. All I had to do was just add in a few JavaScript lines of code and then call it on onClick function from the submit button. So when the submit button is clicked, it goes through the onClick function to my JavaScript function. Look, just look at my cats for a sec. Like, oh, so cute. Oh, the viewfinder's messing up. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to show you the code in action now. So, like this is just a normal HTML right here. It goes down to the end. And then I've got my style sheets, and then I've got a function on the top as well for my JavaScript. So yeah, so I just did an input button, and the value is submit, and then on the submit button, basically, if it's clicked on the on click, then call my JavaScript function, which would then just execute the JavaScript code. So if I load up my website now, it's a very basic website. I'm not trying to prove anything here, but like so basically, JavaScript is put in script tags, and it's just like HTML. So if we go back to the HTML, basically, you've got tags around it. You just do the same but with a script tag, and then that will call JavaScript. So if I show you what I mean, we open up the script tag and close it. We then type in script to then initiate the JavaScript code, and then we also have to close it on the other end. My cat has just opened the door, but yeah. So we do that, and then what we do is to test it. This isn't the exploit, this is just to show that there's a vulnerability in it. So we do alerts, because an alert box will pop up to show us if JavaScript is executed or not without validation. Open up parentheses, and then we can put in, I don't know, like XSS. So when we click submit, the password can be whatever, it doesn't matter. But when we click submit, we should get a pop-up window that says XSS all in caps. And we do. So it shows us that this site is vulnerable to XSS, which allows potential hackers to nick users' cookies in the browser, which, like I said, can give them access to your accounts online. So yeah, I'm going to go through some of the ways to fix this now. So ways to sort out this XSS issue about executing malicious JavaScript code. One of the ways, which is the main way you can do it, is you validate the user input. There's many ways of doing this, so you can limit like the length, so the username can't be more than the minimum amount for the JavaScript code to be executed. So what I entered -1 character, for example, so then you can't finish it. That could work, but then there would also be ways around that. So the best way how to secure this vulnerability through XSS is to just validate it, so you blacklist the symbols that you don't want, or the special characters. So you wouldn't be able to open tags, you wouldn't be able to close tags, you wouldn't be able to use slashes, asterisks, stuff like that. That's the best way how to do it, because that kind of eliminates any possible XSS vulnerability that can be found on your website. So I've just found an example of why XSS is such a massive issue. So if we go, so we've got the OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities, which is like the main one you would go to find out what the worst things are. If we keep scrolling down, we'll try to find it. Yeah, so we've got SQLite injection, which is what I've done on my database video. Broken authentication, so I guess that could come under it. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, XSS, cross-site scripting, here we go. Flaws give attackers the capability to inject client-side scripts into the application, for example, to redirect users to malicious websites. So I didn't even think of that way. I mean, there's infinite amount of possibilities hackers can use to their advantage. You could have JavaScript to then redirect it, so then it goes onto a server that the hacker is hosting with a website on it, just to steal banking information, all that. But like the main one would be to steal the browser cookies from the user. That's like, because it's like the most generic one to do. But yeah, I mean, I can go through this list if you like doing videos on it. If that's something you want to see, just let me know down below or message me. But yeah, like broken authentication, it's kind of that as well, but it explicitly states that XSS is right here. So yeah, so that's one of the main vulnerabilities on the website, and you can get, if you find it on the website, then immediately, because it's a really big issue. But yeah, so yeah, that's the video on XSS. If you'd like to see anything else, or like the list or something, feel free to just give me a comment down below if it's active. If not, just privately message me and I'll try to get it sorted. Like the video if you found it educational, or you understood what I said, or you've learned something. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video.